Alright, so I guess the first thing is, how did you guys meet? Like, before you met him and put together, like, how did you, how did you meet him? Basically?
I met Andrea.
Yes.
We met each other in 2003.
Yes.
Get in the boat with us?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. We met in the... do I have to walk?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
He can probably catch it. It's fine.
Andrea and I went for the first time in 2003.
Yes.
Because we've been part of the experimental Italian scene.
Yeah.
And so that's how we met, and we started to play music together.
Okay.
It was, experimenting with sound and.
So part of that experimental Italian scene, how long has that been going around? Like, that was, like, when did you guys, was that something that was going on before you guys met, or that you just kind of jumped into?
Absolutely. Italian experimental history is very calm, is long.
Yeah.
It comes from the futurist, actually.
Yes.
It's the beginning of the century.
Really?
But then also in the 50s, like the 50s, like I guess the studio RAI was founded in 52 or 53 something.
Yeah.
Around that, Berio, Moderna, that kind of stuff. It was like, and Cage made some pieces in Milan.
Yes, John Cage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but actually the experimental scene we are is not like the academic part.
Yeah. This is
the kind of experimental scene that grows up after the punks, in the 80s.
Right. Right.
More in the 90s. Which
so I guess the next thing I was going to ask, there's been a few bands that I played with that come over here that are a little bit, I guess, kind of experimental. Does Two Backs ring a bell? The band Two Backs? Two Box? No? Okay, it must be new. I was trying to get my friend Andy to tell me the other names of the bands that played. Alright, so there's that. Has this been like the most intensive tour you guys have ever done? Like, or have you done any really?
Yeah.
So it's, what is it, 53 shows in 56 days? Or
53, every day.
Every day, wow. That's incredible. Alright. And, I looked into like your individual pieces and his individual pieces and like how they interact. Like, did you guys, do you find that those easily fit each other, or do you complement? You find that complements each other's sound very well? And
I think if there wasn't this combination, of flavors.
Yes.
That melted up together from the very beginning.
Yes.
It wouldn't have last long.
Yes. Right.
But since we met together and something happened.
There's a focus on collaboration.
Yeah. For us it was an adventure for all the three of us.
Yeah.
So we take our chances.
Mm-hmm.
It was a challenge.
To take chances. Yeah.
And especially Mike, he flew to Italy.
Right.
When we met first time.
Yeah.
So it's a long trip.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
On the bass, I think that like we were coming from this kind of experimental tradition, but at the same times, what Andrea and I find out about the Minutemen and that punk American scene that were so extremely experimental.
Yeah.
So we kind of find out that experimental was like a punk meaning.
Yeah.
It's really about an attitude and about finding your own voice and found.
That sort of, because that ability to
kind of different backgrounds, but at the same time it's very close.
Yeah, find the ability to just say to do it, instead of thinking about it too much. And I know you guys have composition backgrounds, composing backgrounds. So how long have you guys respectively been playing your instruments, or been involved in music? Like,
since I was 14.
14?
So, 21.
21 years.
Yeah, I was 13. I started with the bass actually.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And then in my 20s I moved to guitar.
Let's see. And I noticed you play with just your fingers, and you have very good control of guitar. Is that like just evolved? Or have you ever played with a pick at all?
I play with the picks sometimes. I've been playing with the picks, but as a bass player, I found more comfortable to play without.
And especially you have a lot of good dynamics, and so it especially helps with that. I've noticed. Yeah, I play guitar too, so I kind of.
The volume pedal also. I use a lot of the volume pedal.
Yeah.
That's really loud.
All right. Well, I think that's all I have, but thank you for your time.
Okay.
The show is excellent.
Thank you, man.
Excellent.
Thanks.
I will.
Thanks.
I will.
Thank you guys. Great show.
To get this whole
Great
interview and
show.
all things set up and written up.
Hey, thanks.
I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Excellent night. No problem.
Good luck, okay? You're over lake. With respect.
Take care, man.
Okay.
Safe journey.
Okay. All right. So it's good to see you again.
Yeah, you're in the boat.
I'm in the boat. That's all right. At least it's not like the second men there with the.
Love second in. In fact, my next album.
Yeah,
It's a collection of work songs.
It's exactly what I was gonna
I'm
ask
try
you
a
about
new
today.
thing.
You're gonna try a new thing.
Yeah, because usually when I write a song,
Pick it up and put it down, right?
Yeah, it's with the titles. But usually when I write a song, I just try to serve the title.
Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna try to write songs you can whistle at work. I'm inspired by Leaves of Grass.
Yeah.
Whitman thought dudes were gonna take the 1855, the first one.
Yeah.
By the way, it's DIY, you know, self-publishing.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
That's
that.
an old tradition.
Yeah.
You tell your fucking Hannity's and shit. Them bows. The righties. Anyway, he thought he was gonna bring this shit to work and on the farm and at lunchtime be reading this, and somehow we wouldn't have a civil. It was gonna keep the country together. We weren't gonna have a civil war.
Yeah.
That's bitching. Now I'm deep boom. I love the idea of me making an album. Work songs with two longshoremen from Pedro in Pedro.
Two longshoremen. That's
Right.
quite.
It's a band I put together. Yeah,
Like,
Pete
who else are you
Dazich and
gonna
Jerry.
need?
Another all Pedro band.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's my future plan. I got a couple tours.
Yeah.
You know about this project I did with Sam Duke in England called Cuz.
No, I
Susie.
didn't.
Yeah, this is something you can only do in the new days. You trade files.
Right. No.
First we did some jams. I had some days off between Stooges gigs and went down there and jammed. He has a band, his boss took samples from the 70s and shit.
Yeah.
I said, we'll be our own samples.
Right. No.
So he did, they pieced them together, and the BBC and what's his name, Mark Riley, the Fall Guy, and John Kennedy of XFM, used to be Capital Radio. They invited me over a month before this tour started, and I never thought I'd play these fuckers live. Now Sam Duke wants to do a tour of England, Scotland, and Ireland with it.
And so
I'll do that, 16 gigs. And then I got one more tour of the third opera. So we're gonna get 6 tours out of it.
6 tours of the third
And
opera.
the ones I haven't played, like Germany, Czech, Poland, Slovak, Scandinavia, and then put her to bed.
Then put it to bed. No
Okay, and then do what I was telling you at the second. I gotta wait a year, and then I'll do a European Il Sogno, because that first one was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But Canto Secondo, was only done last December.
Right.
So that's my plans. Oh, this month, 1 year.
Hi, Mike.
Okay, love you, brother. No, 30 years for Dose.
Yeah.
So Kay's gonna fucking record and produce an album with us called
Really?
30 Years.
Wow.
Yeah, she's bad. I can't believe I've been in a band 30 years. Well, 29 is coming on.
Yeah.
So those are my plans.
All right, those are your plans. Hey, well, speaking of your plans, what about Big Walnuts Yonder?
Well, I did my part.
You did your
I think
part?
Nick Reinhardt is going to add some sing. I think it gets mixed next week.
Really?
Something, Nels Klein, he's coming to the gig tomorrow.
Yeah.
Got the Deerhoof man, Greg Saunier.
Yeah.
And Tony Mamoni.
Yeah.
Perubu bass man.
Yeah.
At Studio G in this
Oh,
island.
really?
Yeah,
So
they're going to mix
Perubu's
it.
in
But I already did it. I brought in 8 songs. Do you know how it happened, right? Nick Reinhardt, just like Mr. Shimmy.
You guys
Who's this
toured
guy played guitar on the first?
Yeah, you and Firehose were touring with Terry Melos,
No,
right?
no. I met him in Japan with the
met him in
Missing Men
Japan?
during the first third opera tour. But I did do some gigs with him. But that's way after I knew him. They're sacked down younger guys. But here's how it happened. This Big Walnuts Yonder.
Yeah.
Who's this guy who plays guitar in the first opera? Just like Mr. Shimmy said in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a spiel right now. Excuse me.
Oh,
and
I got some questions for the rest of the
no
guys.
problem.
Sure. Cool.
I said, you want to know him? Play with him.
Yeah.
Called Nels. Yeah, bring him. So I said, okay, Nels is in. Now you pick the drummer. Now he picks Greg. Nels took me the first Deerhook gig I saw. He's old friends with Greg.
Yeah.
So bingo, that's how it happened.
Awesome.
I wrote 8 songs on the bass. Nels brought in a tune, Greg brought in a tune. Those are the 10 tunes.
All right.
So Nick is the guy who got Big Wall. The name comes from a Richard Meltzer poem.
Really?
Come on, I didn't make it up. Hang on, bullshit.
Me and my friends have this weird joke where we come up with goofy phrases and we just say right afterwards we add. I played bass for that, and it's like little band, like
that's happening.
Impromptu band
I
names. We've come up with some really
this was
goofy
from a
stuff
poem.
with really.
This is from a poem. I made an album with Mr. Shimmy and Ms. Yuko in Tokyo.
Yeah.
It came out 68 pieces of music in 3 days.
Wow.
It's called Spielgusher. And Richard Meltzer gave us 48 poems.
Yeah. Wasn't that...
well, it was going to be a Minuteman thing.
Right.
D-Boon got killed.
Yeah.
I gave him the words on that car ride, van ride.
Wow.
Yeah, it's life, you know, it's
Life. Well,
so you got more questions?
I do have more questions. Hey, so I saw.
I would love you talking to the Fratellis.
All right,
please.
no, I'd love to get them because I figured, you know, this, like you've been saying in some of the interviews, this is about, you know, this is a band. This is like you together.
You saw it. What'd you think?
I saw it. I thought it was great. I thought this is definitely.
Is it Mike White's backup band? No.
No, it's not Mike.
No, it's a pretty tight.
Definitely.
Pretty tight thing.
30% of the tunes, if that.
Right, and I understand, like, I've been bouncing around from band to band, and I understand how it is to see, like, one person doing one
Look,
thing.
when I do my operas,
and
I use my name so you know how to play it. When I'm 125 months with the Stooges, I'm taking direction.
Right.
This is different. This is more like Minutemen or Dose. We would collaborate.
Right, and it's
all valid. Nothing's better. They're just different experiences.
Different experiences.
But you can't learn everything always being the boss.
No, you can't. You can't at all.
And the guy who got this ball rolling is the guitar man, Stefano. Yeah. He got it rolling.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and I heard you guys had, like, you were going to initially just play a show together, and then that turned into the band.
Well, I said, if we're going to do a show, why don't we do a few more?
Yeah.
And if we're going to do a few more, why not record what we got to get up to do it?
Yeah. And then everything just snowballed from there.
Yeah.
And so now, and that's, I think,
a lot of shit in my life is by accident. D-Boon jumping out of that tree, you know. But once it gets connected, I work on it hard. I don't really go for virtuoso. I mean, dudes like Nails are virtuoso. Yeah. But I picked personalities. You can't change them. No, you could do practice if you want to get... What's virtuoso? I mean, you know, if you want to get the shit tight, you do prac.
Right.
But some of these motherfuckers you cannot work with. They're prima donnas. They feel the MP under... I used to have a tiara. I didn't even have to put it on. I could just point at it.
I understand that feeling.
Dudes like Nels Klein, these guys, my longshoreman guys, Tom Watson, Raul Morales, these are fucking cats that have, well, everybody's got the spirit, you know, but these guys don't cover it up with the front and ego.
Yeah, they're just
sincere.
right at it. Yeah.
Which is why, it's funny because punk was about wearing funny clothes and fake names. But no way, that was a way to be sincere.
Right.
When everybody was at the Nuremberg Rally Arena Rock shows.
Yeah.
Just fronting.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's kind of come to what it's at today, is that it's really...
Well, life comes in cycles.
It does come in cycles. It's just, I feel like personally, with my peers and my generation, I feel like there's a lot of certain aspects of my friends can't take seriously.
Narcissus thing was the 70s. We wouldn't listen to music 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Woodstock movie came in and then Shine On. I was like, yeah, my dad. Kids now, 40 years. Well, how old's Black Sabbath? 45 years?
Yeah, no.
There's no problem with listening to that.
Right.
That's like us listening to Rudy Valley.
Right. No, it's almost.
We didn't do it. So there's some good thing. Not all bad. Of course, it's not perfect and shit.
Right.
But man, as far as like being open-minded,
I
think people were a little more than the 70s.
Definitely a lot more open-minded.
Man, we were so self-involved in age meant everything.
Yeah.
We didn't know anybody 21 years older.
Yeah.
And let alone play with them.
Right. Right.
You know, I first saw that when Pettibone brought me to the Elvin Jones and Art Blakey and these old jazz guys playing with young guys. I never saw that shit.
Really?
Yeah, it was all marketed towards generation.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still marketing, believe me.
Yeah, there's still a lot of
marketing. What's it called? A hipster, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what? Any farmer would tell you, if you want a good crop, use a lot of manure, you know? Bring it, motherfucker. Look at reality. Pat Boone sold way more Tutti Fruttis than Bill Richard. And that's like 50, 60 years ago.
Right. And
okay, so it's not new to co-op shit.
No.
The integrity, though, is with us. We all got that you know, Emma Goldman shit, right? We all got this fucking capacity and give each other a shot. Yeah, we could be like the fucking sheeprock, too.
Yeah.
Or change our mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I say not right off. And also, one thing, technology is more common. It's easier to record.
Oh, it is much easier
make a band, but the creative thing is hard. But I think it should always maybe be hard.
It's got to be hard because you have to.
Let's
challenge
play by
yourself.
numbers or something up, right?
Right. Well, you gotta challenge yourself, and I totally understand where you're coming or talking about punk being it's sort of that format to try different things out because
it was never supposed to be style of music. That was up to each band. That's where it got fouled up right away.
Yeah.
But that was marketing guys trying to make their job easy.
Right.
That was uniform fans. I love uniforms. You know, you're supposed to make your own climb. Remember, I got invited. You know, the Warped Tour. I get to play there some over the years. And hey, what? You're going to play the Hot Topic stage? And I was like, whoa, Deep Blue be into this. We're going to talk about it's a fucking store at the mall where they sell punk clothes.
Right. And then
I
like,
fucking
what's punk
couldn't believe
clothes?
that
It's
shit.
And then it's kids of my generation kind of just ate that up.
Richard Hell.
It's
you
sort
make
of like,
me blank. You know.
Yeah.
It's a Jewish guy from Kentucky. That's what it is, you know.
Right.
And letting the freak flag fly, and then it got channeled into that. But it ain't new, and it's always happened. You know, so don't look at the bad new days.
Right.
It's just tough for us as human beings, because we it's kind of, man, you take blows. Man, Minutemen got fucking cups of piss thrown in the face. Nels Klein got hit with a sack of dirt opening for Prime as a backward baseball hat. You know.
Yeah.
Bags of Minutemen, bags of puke and shit, batteries, full beers.
Batteries.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You take blows.
You got to deal with it.
But still, there was a scene there where they let anybody play.
Right, and that's what mattered the most, is let anybody play, let their expression
there was
come
no
out.
way we were going to get a gig in an arena rock show.
Right. And I guess that's...
See, the club thing died in the 70s.
Yeah?
It came back, I found out about through punk. First gig I went to was T-Rex.
Yeah? What year was that?
A little while ago. D. Boone's Pop took us.
All right.
I met D. Boone, the only rock band he knew was Creedence.
Really?
I couldn't hear him. His boss said, you're going to be bass. I couldn't hear the fucking bass on those records.
Speaking
so I
of
thought if
bass.
I wore the singer's shirts, maybe D. Boone would still like me.
Yeah.
That's how I got into flannels. I didn't know what the fuck they were. I grew up in Navy housing with the lumberjack farm, you know. Okay.
I got a question for you about, I saw a picture on your website with Minutemen back in the day playing McCabe's. Charlie Hayden on bass filling in.
Yeah, Petra's been on many of my albums. I produced Josh's first record. Charlie's a badass guy. Charlie's the guy I first saw Nels Klein playing acoustics, nylon string Spanish guitar in his Liberation Orchestra.
Oh, wow.
And D. Boone loved doing that. And I said, Nels, will you open for this new band I got with Edward, Georgie? Yeah, Charlie's bad, man. Charlie...
He's in free jazz there.
I know, but Raymond plays me Coltrane. Raymond turns me on to all the shit. I didn't know. I thought those dudes were older punks. I didn't know Coltrane was dead. I had no idea.
Right.
You know, all I knew was arena rock. Me and D. Boone, that's all we knew. Charlie Hayden was a beautiful man. You know, he just passed.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Polio, he's born with. He was yodeling cowboy. He didn't do bass. He was in his country. His folks from vaudeville.
Yeah.
From the Midwest.
Huh.
That dude found his voice. Yeah, playing ornette, but he started off as yodeling cowboy Charlie. He had quite a story, man. And his daughters, Petra, Rachel, Tanya, and Josh's son.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Petra's my first time making music for a libretto that Charlie Plymell wrote of. It's not my fourth opera. I think I only got 3 operas.
Yeah.
But it's called Planet Chernobyl, and we're going to work together as Pelican Man.
Yeah.
She's intense, man. She's great. But Charlie was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the dude, little man with a gun in his hand with us, that's the song you saw in the picture.
Yeah.
Big heart, no prejudice. You don't know. Dudes who knew how to play in those days hated punkers. More than Square Johns, fucking rock and rollers hated us.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Make that. Oh, yeah. Starting in the 90s, you had dudes who could play that had no prejudice. Everybody else was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
They didn't see the idea of autonomy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's completely different.
There was some kind of thing that we were, I don't know.
It's breaking rules of music. That's
Yeah, but you know the big joke is, Thelonious Monk would have never won the Thelonious Monk contest.
Right.
It's the way humans are. They get orthodox.
Right. No, actually, that kind of reminds me of, I read A Band Could Be Your Life, and that reminds me of the Minor Threat chapter, basically, how Ian ran into that, like, issues of, like, hardcore, people started to give labels to it, and say, oh, this is hardcore, and this is,
and then what's funny is, like, the main slogan is anarchy, which means no coercion.
Exactly.
It's just a little hood ornament.
Absolutely.
But you know what? There was dudes that believed in it.
Yeah.
That was Minutemen. That was Flag. That was Meat Puppets. That was Husker Du.
Yeah.
Type thing. And Bad Brains and Ian and his crew.
It's crazy. All of that sounds completely different. Like that's
the idea. Right. Everybody's born right there, but at the same time, we have much common ground.
Right.
It's this dangling duality. That's what art's for. It's a fabric, I believe, to fucking do it in a non-tyrant way.
Absolutely.
Nobody's got to have a boot on anybody's fucking throat. If you don't like it, you walk away. Maybe you change your mind. Whatever. Yeah. Aesthetics, you know. And what the big culture that tied it together was fanzines.
Yeah. Fanzines.
You didn't go to Mr. Fake Look and ask permission to be, or whatever, the Rolling Clone. Cream was kind of trippy. Lester Bangs. They let you know about it, but the fanzines was really important. That's how you knew what was going on and everybody's saying.
Yeah. Well, now
look, you want to ask those guys questions?
Sure.
Because did you ask me everything you want?
I do have a few more questions.
Fire them off.
All right. Book of Knots. I found
Tori Mamoni.
I found out about that through the singer of a Brooklyn band out here called the Giraffes. He sung for a few
It's a collective thing that Tony Mamoni, the Perubu is a big band of men. Yeah. When we saw them in '78 in Hollywood, it changed everything.
Yeah.
It was fucking happening.
Yeah.
And they asked me to come on board for, I think, the third volume.
Third volume. All right, cool. I've been looking to, save up some.
It's a collective thing where you have a proj, but not really a band. They had a nucleus: Joel Hamilton, Tony Mamoni, and a drumming and a violin from Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, whatever the fuck that name was. Carla and good guys.
Yeah, I was very
honored to be asked to be part of that.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Like, because he did the design for some of the CDs there, and so I saw that and I was like, I should ask about that. The other thing, let's see, you make your own hot sauce.
Yeah.
Carry it around with you?
No, my mom's got to sew the holster.
Oh, really? You have a hot sauce holster?
I have a holster, yeah. It's in a little Cholula bottle, and I make habanero with the fucking lime and the onion and the garlic, and no burn, no learn.
No burn, no learn, exactly.
I don't really like sweet.
Yeah?
I like sour and hot. I don't like sweet and salty.
Cool.
I like sour and hot.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of the same way. Sour and hot's like a...
So after a while, it's like, fuck it, let's try making our own. You know, DIY, Walt Whitman, Leaves and Grass.
Exactly. And kind of like trying to tie Minutemen history and you back into where I'm from in Berkshire County, Western Massachusetts. Yeah. Do you remember playing shows of Black Flag up in Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I remember in Connecticut, Hartford, Anthrax.
Yeah.
Remember that? There was a hardcore club there.
Really?
And I know it's another state, but
yeah.
It probably both fit in LA County.
Yeah, no,
but I remember the Adams.
Yeah.
Big time. That was important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
That was important.
Cool.
Because kids taking it into their own hands.
Yeah.
You understand? We're influenced in a way by the 60s.
Yeah.
Not try to be hippies, but people in the street about civil rights, about the war.
Yeah, more the ideas.
By the time the 70s came, that was over. It was like the Nuremberg rallies at the big arena rocks.
Yeah.
So we're little boys, and now it's our turn. It's like, what? And that's what attracted us to punk scene.
Yeah. I see.
So the hardcore guys, it's a little different than the 70s punk, but in a way, I felt for them. Yeah. Nobody picks when they're born.
Right, nobody does, and there's a lot of...
And we were reacting against arena rock. You guys didn't have arena rock. That was your first rock.
Right.
Different dynamic.
Absolutely.
But we're still...
That's the other thing I am noticing now. It's kind of like, I used to be... I kind of slowly got into punk and into that era and understanding, like, you know, this music is actually what is the foundation of what a lot of the music that my friends listen to and my generation listens to. It is.
you listen to Funhouse, it sounds like it was recorded next week.
Right. It's
Don't
like
sound like 1970. And you know, there was
your
a movement.
60s is my 80s, basically.
You know, there was a movement in the teens in Europe in the first war called Dada.
Yeah,
all kinds of Dada. All kinds of that's in the early punk.
I know all about that.
So you know what? When somebody once told me, and surrealists and futurists before them.
Yeah. Oh, Italian futurists.
They were like get out of their minds. But you can see parts of it. A lot of this shit. Somebody once told me the only thing new. The only thing new is you finding out about it.
I totally agree. The only thing new is
too.
you. Everything new is what's now, what you can do now.
But you gotta add your own voice to it because that's the human experience. There was last shift, there's next shift,
there's this shift.
So much.
I do. No problem.
Go great.
All right.
Thanks for your time, Mike. I appreciate it.